You want to hear content about the Philadelphia Eagles and the Philadelphia 76ers. That's straight to the point, no nonsense, no over-the-top shenanigans. Say what we got to say and keep it moving. Then you made the right choice coming to Nikki Steve's channel, so stay tuned. And for those of you that are new viewers and have only watched a couple vids, or this is your first video you're watching of me, I know you saw the intro. I'm going to reiterate. So on this channel, I do talk about the Philadelphia Eagles and the Philadelphia 76ers. I'll occasionally do another video about other subjects like Myers Leonard from the Miami Heat and his situation, or the situation with the former Seattle Seahawks offensive tackle Chad Wheeler. If it's something serious, sometimes I'll do videos about those situations, but mainly I stick to the Philadelphia Eagles with the NFL and the Philadelphia Sixers in the NBA with my vids. But anyway, it's getting right to it. So I did not watch the game last night because it is late Saturday night as of the time of this recording. Might be Sunday morning or afternoon or possibly Monday as of the time you're watching this. Any note though. So yeah, I did not actually watch the game because I was at work against the Wizards. But I did see when I get home after work last night, I found out Joel Embiid's injury. I found out he had the scary fall. I did see the highlights of it. I know Joel Embiid was dominating. He had over 20 points in 20 minutes that he played. Then the injury occurred, obviously took him out for the game. Sixers still went on to win. I wanted to wait to find out what the extent of the injury was before I made a video about it. But yeah, I did get to see. So yeah, now we know that Joel Embiid has had structural damage to his knee. It's only going to be a few weeks though. So it could be 2 to 3 weeks, which is a good thing that it's not season ending. So that's the good news. But however, when I look at these upcoming weeks, some of the games we got in our schedule these upcoming weeks, then we're not going to have Joel Embiid around for it. It does raise some questions, particularly in terms of the Sixers keeping the #1 seed going into the playoffs because of the injury. And now the schedule they have to play could potentially cost us the #1 seed. Now, granted, though, on one hand, I look at it from the perspective of, hey, #1 seed is the #1 seed. When you get to the playoffs, it's a whole different ballgame. If we still go on and win the finals, say, with the #3 seed, okay, you know what? We won the finals. Who cares what seed we got? In the playoffs, we won the finals. So if we win the finals, it doesn't matter if we have the #1, #3 seed, #2 seed, because we win the finals. We win the finals. But any note, I do have some concern about how this team's going to perform without Embiid, though, especially these upcoming weeks, because we have some tougher games on the schedule than the Bulls and the Wizards. We got the Knicks, the Bucks, Lakers, Clippers, and we got the Spurs tomorrow night as of the time of this recording. But anyway, that could cost us potentially the #1 seed if later on, if we're competing with the Nets and the Bucks, and we lose a few key games during these couple weeks. I mean, that's only a possibility, but hey, like I said earlier, hey, once it comes playoff time, it's a whole different ball game. Now, there is, though, the concern, though, with Joel Embiid that this knee injury, it does come back to bite him. Again, I hope that's not the case. My fingers crossed that that does not happen. That once Joel Embiid's cleared to return to the court, he comes back to the court, continues where he left off, his knee's in better shape, and we keep rolling. I'm not the only one hoping. I know you're with me, Sixers fans, on that. But my concern, though, is that because remember, Joel Embiid missed his first 2 seasons with knee injuries. He didn't play at all his rookie season and his sophomore season. I do have some concerns there that because of his history with the knee, it could be a problem even when he's cleared, which I hope isn't the case, though. But I thought it would be fair if I come up here and at least address my concerns, which, again, I hope that doesn't happen. We will see what happens. We'll see whether it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But either way, fingers crossed that when Joel Embiid does return, he continues right where he left off. Oh, yeah, there is one more thing I wanted to say, though. Now, if we're in a situation where we feel like we want to get some depth on the roster, like I said in a previous video, if you want to go for trade for someone that has a bit of a name, go for Kyle Lowry. If you got to give up a guy like Danny Green and Mike Scott, give up some of those pieces, or even Seth to do it, then do what you have to if you're going to go for a guy like a Kyle Lowry. I know some guys want some guys like LaMarcus Aldridge. I've heard that floated around. So I've heard some other guys floated around, but I'm thinking more go along the lines of getting a bench guy. Maybe get 1 or 2 good bench guys. Maybe like a Delon Wright. I also alluded to George Hill, or, someone like them. And I also heard the Larry Nance Jr. ones from the Cavs, but here's the thing, though. The Cavs are committed to Larry Nance. So if you're going to go get that guy, you're going to have to give up a lot to the Cavs, both draft picks and key players for them to even agree to that trade. So do you really want to go for a trade based off the spur of the moment where your main guy's out to go get a guy that teams are going to make you give them a lot in order for them to give him up? And the Cavs giving up Larry Nance, they're going to say, hey, you better give us this, 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 and this. And do you really want to do that? I mean, I know it sounds great on paper, but when you think of it, do you really want to give up a lot to get one guy to a team in the Cavs that you know they're going to want a lot in order to give up Larry Nance? I don't want to ramble on too long. I'm getting a little bit off subject, but I'm going to reiterate what I said about Embiid. I am glad that he wasn't worse, just like everyone else. And I hope that when he returns, everything's normal. I hope that isn't a problem when he comes back. Hope he doesn't try to rush his return, or I hope he doesn't re-injure his knee and potentially put his knee in bad shape for the future. I hope that doesn't happen. Hopefully he'll rest properly. Hopefully the Sixers, their bench will step up. Hopefully Ben Simmons will step up, Tyrese Maxey, and even Dwight Howard, because Dwight Howard's been playing good in a few games recently. Granted, they're against bad teams, but hopefully all of our bench guys will step up in Joel Embiid's absence. I didn't want to ramble on too long about this. For those who watch, thank you for watching as always. Help support the channel. Hit that like button. Also subscribe if you haven't, and the notification bell. And feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. How do you think the Sixers will fare without Embiid? Do you think there's any trades they should make? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Most of all, to everyone watching, have a wonderful day or night. Nikki Steve signing off, and I'll see you guys next time. You like that straight to the point mentality? No nonsense, no shenanigans? Hit that subscribe button, because that's what we do on this channel every video. Straight to the point, no shenanigans, no nonsense. If that's what you want, then you better hit that subscribe button.